So students, as soon as this induces the completion of the meiotic division of the secondary oocyte and the second meiotic division also on equivalent results in the formation of a second polar body and a haploid ovum that is ooted. Soon the haploid nucleus of the sperms and that of the ovums fuse together to form a diploid zygote. So as soon as the entry of the sperm cells into the vicinity of the egg, the polarization changes. That is called polyspermy, blockage to polyspermy. Okay, so polyspermy blockage takes place. Then as quick as the anaphase promoting complex will be released, and the secondary oocyte now changes to ooted, which is the only able for fertilization. Okay, so the ooted only having the 23 chromosomes. So how many chromosomes will be there in zygote, students? Very easy question. 23 plus 23, that is 46 numbers of chromosomes will be there in the zygote. One has to remember that the sex of the baby has been decided at this stage itself. Let us see how. As we know that the chromosomes patterns in the human female is XX and the male is XY. We discussed more than 10 times. 23rd chromosomes of the human contains XX for human females and XY, which is helpful for the development of a human male. Therefore, all the haploid gametes produced by the female or ova have the sex chromosome X, whereas in the male gamete sperms, the sex chromosome could be either X or Y. Hence, 50% of the sperms can carry X chromosomes, while the other 50% carry the Y chromosomes. We are also doing the problems in the sex chromosome chapter. Very easy to everyone. I think you are completely understood. After fusion of the male and female gametes, the zygote would carry either XX or XY, depending on whether the sperms carrying X or Y fertilize the ovum. The zygote carrying XX would develop into a female baby and XY would form a male. So you will learn about this chromosome pattern in chapter 5. We already learned that. So I think it will be very much helpful for students. Why we choose those chapters which are very helpful for you and for to comprehend all the chapters easily. So always I focused on these chromosomes, and you now you realizing that how many times these chromosomes coming in our each and every chapters. Okay, so this is the fact about the chromosomes, which is the key source for all the lives on the surface of earth. So that is why scientifically it is correct to say that the sex of the baby is determined by the father and not by the mother. Okay, when it cannot be that means it depends only the mothers having the capability for providing the X chromosomes. So if the father will be send its Y chromosome or the sperm cells will send its Y chromosome, then only chance of getting a male. Okay, so this is why scientifically it is correct to say that the sex of the baby determined by the father, not by the mother. Okay, because mother only the female only X chromosomes, whereas males having both X and Y chromosomes. So Y chromosome is the detrimental which is plays the main role for the selection of the sex of the human baby. Okay, very easy. The mitotic division starts as the zygote moves through the isthmus of the oviduct is called cleavage towards the uterus. So and forms the 2, 4, 18 and 16 daughter cells called blastomeres. The embryo with 18 or 16 blastomeres called a morula. We also discussed many times. Very easy. So now look to the diagram over here. In diagram A, we have the unfertilized secondary oocyte which held in anaphase promoting complex. That means it is not converted into ooted. Now what will happen in diagram B? We are observing that one of the sperm cell already enter inside to the ooplasm. That means it is going to release its nucleus and polyspermies or blockage takes place. So in during that time ooted will be synthesized. Okay, anaphase promoting complex will be released, and completion of meiosis 2 will be takes place in this region, in this time. So in diagram C, we have two blastomeres. That means the zygote is going down cleavage. N by series we are going increasing. Then in diagram D, we have 4 blastomeres and then morula. That is 18 to 16 number of cells. This is called the morula embryo. Okay. So here we have the diagram, the very detailed diagram. That now students, you are carefully looking over the connection of fimbriae with the ovary, okay, and there is the mesoherium in the opposite side. So mature follicle is the secondary oocyte in diagram A, then B is followed by entrance of sperm cells, then diagram C cleavage status, in diagram D there is 4 blastomeres, in diagram E there is the morula, then F there is the again division, that is 64 cell, that is called blastula, and then a blastocyst formation, and when that is called gastrula. Okay, so in H region blastocyst formation takes place, which is helpful for the implantation of the zygote. So fertilization then implantation, if both of these phenomena will does not occur sequentially, then there is no chance of getting a baby. Okay, this is also very important. If fertilization is taking place, implantation must have to be there. If the fertilizer does not able to implant itself with its blastocyst, then there is again chance of not getting pregnancy. So in the diagram F there is many more cells, 64 numbers of cells. Now then blastocyst formation, and we will carefully, very carefully are going to analysis view of these blastocyst and how implantation takes place, how these trophoblast inner cell mass are getting differentiated, and different function of these embryonic membrane and extra embryonic membranes. So here is the pathway transporting of these from ovary, this the journey of ovum and fertilization, then implantation. This is one of the most very crucial time for the generation of a human child. Then the morula continues to divide and transforms into blastocyst as it moves further into the uterus. That means from ampullary region, the zygote going under cleavage and blastocyst formation. The blastomeres in the blastocyst are arranged into an outer layer called trophoblast, and the inner group of cells attached to the trophoblast called inner cell mass. So from these blastomeres, around more than 64 numbers of cells are reaching to 128 numbers of cells, that's gastrulation stage, the implantation is takes place. That means the arrangement of the these from the same cells are there, because zygote having the entire capability, zygote is now dividing itself continuously with cleavage, embryos are forming, embryos are differentiating, embryos are maturing. So what will happen, the some of the cells will be differentiated itself to becomes the periphery cells. So those periphery cells are termed as the trophoblast. Okay, remember that trophoblast is the peripheral cells which are differentiated from the same blastomere. Okay, now I think in the diagram, yes, look to this diagram, the diagram H, the diagram G is, the diagram F and G are very differentiating. F does not have the trophoblast and inner cell mass, but in diagram G there is the trophoblast and inner cell mass. Look very carefully, some of the cells are arranging in the peripheral region to becomes adhere, to becomes the interdigiting for the locking of the, for the implanting of the growing embryo into the uterus. Then only it will be survive, then only it will be withdraw the energy. Okay, because the endometrial lines are already very, so much differentiated to become to receive the fertilized egg, to receive the blastomeres, to receive the differentiating embryo, and this is the survival of the fittest, which is going on in each and every female, human females. So this is the differentiating of the trophoblast and inner cell mass. So those trophoblast cells will be helpful for the attachment with the uterus, that is mediated by interdigitation, means locking like lock like structures will be, interdigit will be formed. So those cells cannot form the part of the embryo, that's why those cells are called extra embryonic membranes, and the inner cell mass which is present in the very inner side of this diagram H is very clearly observing, and also G also. So the inner side of this, there is the accumulation of cells, that is called inner cell mass. So the inner cell mass will be differentiated itself to form the embryos, to form the three germinal layers, ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm, and the derivation of the all of the embryos. So differentiating is takes place from the same very zygote, continuous cleavage takes place, blastomeres are synthesized, and those blastomeres having signaling itself that some of them will be differentiated into the outer trophoblast, and some of them will be differentiated them into the inner cell mass. The inner cell mass plays the vital role, which plays the helpful for the synthesizing of the embryonic membrane, and trophoblast cell helpful for the membrane of the extra embryonic membrane. Okay, so the blastomeres in the blastocyst are arranged into an outer layer called trophoblast, and inner layer and inner group of cells attached into trophoblast called inner cell mass. So the trophoblast layers then gets attached to the endometrium, and the inner cell mass get differentiated as embryo. Same things. After attachment, the uterine cells divide rapidly and covers the blastocyst. As a result, blastocyst becomes embedded in the endometrium of the uterus. This is called the implantation. That is figure 3.11. This diagram. Okay. So the implantation is takes place. We have same thing discussed in earlier. That is called implantation. The trophoblast cells will be helpful for the making interdigited with the endometrium. And what will happen during that moment? Endometrium cells are also dividing. The saying is that the endometrium cells are also dividing themselves, okay, to cover the blastocyst. Then only interdigitation will takes place. We also discussed that there are two kinds of tissues are there: stratum basalis and stratum functionalis. Stratum basalis plays the basal role, stratum functionalis tissue layer plays the forming of the endometrium. Because this is the stem cell, otherwise how these are always differentiating in each of these embryos, each of these months. Okay. So this is called implantation and pregnancy. So